Listen to me carefully. Sometimes, God saves you by separating you. Not by adding anything. Not by giving you a sign you can understand. But by creating distance with the very people you thought would stay. You ever notice how suddenly, people start changing? Someone who used to call every day, stops calling. Someone who used to check on you, disappears. Someone who once made you feel valued, becomes cold, distant, and uninterested. Most people panic in that moment. They think, did I mess up? Did I fail? Why is this happening to me? But what you cannot see is what God already saw. What you do not hear is what God already heard. And what you don't understand yet is what God is protecting you from. Sometimes the connection wasn't broken, it was removed. By God. Because He knew something you didn't. Maybe He saw jealousy in their heart that you never noticed. Maybe He heard conversations about you that never reached your ears. Maybe He saw intentions that were disguised behind smiles. Maybe He saw a future where their presence would break you before you ever reached your promise. Think of your life like a garden. Some plants look healthy on the surface. But underneath, their roots are poisoned. If the gardener does not pull them out, they will spread their poison into everything growing around them. God is that gardener. And when He pulls someone out of your life, He is saving everything He planted inside you. Sometimes the distance is God saying, I heard the conversations you didn't. I saw the betrayal before it happened. I felt the jealousy they hid from you. I knew the pain they would bring later. So I removed them, before they could destroy you. And here's the truth. The people who leave, were never tied to your destiny. The people who fade, were never assigned to your future. The people who disappear, were not meant to walk into your next chapter. God is not emptying your life. He is clearing the path. He is protecting your heart. He is getting rid of what would delay you, hurt you, or block what He is preparing for you. So if you are in that season where people are leaving, don't chase them. Don't cry for them. Don't cling to them. If God allowed distance, He allowed it on purpose. Because what is coming is bigger than the people who left. What God is preparing is greater than what you lost. And sometimes, removal is not rejection. It is the highest form of God's protection. This distance is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of God's rescue. Let me tell you a truth many people learn too late. You don't always know who is for you. But God does. And sometimes, the distance that scares you is the protection that saves you. There are conversations about you that never reached your ears. There are intentions toward you that never revealed themselves. There are jealousies that hid behind friendly smiles. And there are people who only stayed close because they needed something from you. Not because they cared for you. But here is where God steps in. He hears the whispers behind closed doors. He sees the motives buried deep in the heart. He knows the outcome of every relationship long before you do. And when He sees danger, He does what a loving father always does. He steps in. Imagine a child playing near the road. The child thinks he's just playing. But the parent sees the car coming. So the parent grabs the child's hand and pulls him away, fast, suddenly, sharply. To the child, it feels like punishment. But to the parent, it was protection. That is exactly what God is doing. When He pulls you away from certain people, you may say, but I cared for them. God says, but they did not care for you. You say, I trusted them. God says, I saw what you didn't. You say, I thought they were good for me. God says, I knew they were not. And so the distance begins. Not because you were wrong, but because God was right. He removes you from conversations that would have broken your spirit. He removes you from relationships that would have drained your purpose. He removes you from friendships that would have stabbed your back. He removes you from environments where your name was being misused. Sometimes God says, "You are too precious to stay in that circle. You are too valuable to be handled carelessly. You are too chosen to be surrounded by people who don't see your worth." And here is the part you must understand. When God removes someone, He is not exposing them. He is protecting you. He is saying, "This heart is yours, and I will guard it. I will not let you be destroyed by someone you trust. I will not let your destiny be delayed by wrong company. And what feels like loss today will feel like relief tomorrow. One day, you will look back and say, 'Thank you, God, for taking me away from what looked good, but wasn't good for me. For removing hands that were reaching for me, but not to help me, only to hold me back.'" Warm, comforting ending. So don't fight the distance. Don't chase those who walked away. Don't try to rebuild what God is tearing down. Because if God is removing them, He is making space for something better, safer, stronger, holier. This distance is not a punishment. It is God putting His shield around your life. You are not losing people. You are losing danger. Before God brings the right people into your life, He quietly removes the wrong ones. Not to hurt you, but to clear the space you don't even know you'll need. You see, every blessing has weight. Every new season requires room. And God knows. Some people can't go with you to where He's taking you next. It's not that they're evil. It's that they are not part of the chapter God is writing for your future. Some people were only meant to walk with you until the gate, but not through it. Imagine a gardener preparing to plant a new tree. Before he places the new seed in the soil, he removes the stones, the weeds, the roots that once belonged to something else. Is he destroying? No. He is preparing. In the same way, God is preparing you. And preparation often feels like loss. He removes the friend who always doubted you, because the next season requires faith. He removes the relationship built on insecurity, because the next season requires confidence. He removes the people who used you, because the next season requires loyalty. He removes the ones who kept you small, because the next season requires growth. You call it rejection, but heaven calls it replacement. There are people God has already chosen to help you, support you, love you, and speak life into your purpose. But they cannot enter as long as the wrong ones are still taking up your space. So God gently separates you. He pulls you away from people who were never meant to go the full journey with you. He closes the chapter so you can open the next one with a clean heart, a clear mind, and enough room for the blessing He's preparing. Think back to your life. Remember every time you begged someone to stay, who later showed you why them leaving was God's mercy. Remember the opportunities you cried over losing, but later realized they would have destroyed you. Remember the friendships you fought to hold on to, only to discover they were shadows, not support. God never removes without reason. He never subtracts without purpose. He never distances you without intention. And hear this clearly. The absence you feel right now is the evidence that God is preparing a presence so much greater. Someone who speaks life, not doubt. Someone who lifts you up, not weighs you down. Someone who brings peace, not confusion. So don't cry over who left. Cry for joy over what is coming. Don't mourn the empty space. Celebrate it. It means heaven is rearranging your future. God removes before he replaces. But what he brings next will make you understand why he had to remove what you once begged him to let stay. There is a kind of distance that feels painful at first. But later, you realize it saved you. You prayed for protection, but you didn't know that sometimes protection doesn't come as angels with swords. It comes as silence. It comes as unanswered texts. As people drifting away. As doors closing gently. As invitations stopping. It's not rejection. It's redirection. You don't see what God sees. You don't hear conversations behind your back. You don't see the heart motives hidden behind fake smiles. But God does. And when he pulls someone away from you, he is protecting you from a heartbreak you didn't know was coming. Think of a shepherd watching over his sheep. If he sees a wolf approaching, he doesn't wait for the attack. He guides the sheep in a different direction. Before danger arrives, the sheep may not understand why they're suddenly being moved. But the shepherd knows. In the same way, God moves you away from certain people. Not because you don't love them, but because they were not safe for your spirit. Some people were smiling with you, but jealous of you. Some shared your table, but not your heart. Some said, "I'm here for you," while secretly hoping you'd fail. God saw it, and he protected you by allowing distance. Maybe you're sitting there saying, "But I don't understand why they left." Let me tell you. Their absence is the evidence of God's involvement. You prayed for peace, so he removed the one who kept hurting you. You prayed for clarity, so he cleared away the one who confused you. You prayed for growth, so he separated you from the one who kept pulling you backwards. You thought the distance was punishment, but heaven whispers, "No, my child, it's protection." Imagine walking on a road full of traps. You don't see them, but God does, so he pulls you left when you wanted to go right. He closes the path you were so sure was yours. He takes people away because he sees danger where you saw comfort. And though it hurts, it saves you. You don't need to chase anyone God removed. You don't need to beg anyone to stay. You don't need to reopen doors God has already locked. The distance was not accidental. It was intentional. It was protective. One day, you will look back and realize that every goodbye was a shield. Every closed door was a rescue. Every separation was a blessing disguised as loss. And when God finally brings the right people into your life, you'll say, "Thank you, God, for removing who wasn't meant for me." You'll understand why he took away who you wanted, so he could give you who you needed. What feels like distance now is God standing between you and something that was never meant to touch your future. The scene opens with a slow, warm sunrise. Golden light spreading across an empty field. And a single person standing at the edge of a long path. For a moment, they look back. Back at the friendships that faded. Back at the people who walked away. Back at the chapter they never thought would close. And inside their heart, a quiet question rises. Why did they leave? Why did God allow this distance? The camera moves closer. You can almost hear their heartbeat. They take a deep breath. And a soft, gentle wind begins to blow. Almost like God is whispering. I removed them. Because they could not go where I'm taking you. Suddenly the mood shifts. The fog on the road begins to clear. The light brightens. Hope rises. The VO deepens. Some relationships were breaking you. Some people were delaying your promise. Some hearts were holding you back from the person you are becoming. The person slowly steps forward. And with every step, a new truth forms. God does not subtract to hurt you. He subtracts to protect you. The camera moves wide, showing the long, beautiful road ahead. Then the scene cuts to symbolic visuals. A closed door fading out. And a new door glowing softly. The voice continues. When God removes someone, you do not lose anything. You are being positioned for something better. The person now stands in the middle of the road, sunlight wrapping around them. They wipe a tear. Not a tear of pain, but of understanding. The narrator speaks slowly, powerfully. Some people were not your rejection. They were your protection. God separated you, so His promise could reach you. The sky becomes brighter. Golden rays shining like blessings falling from heaven. The music swells. The camera circles around the person as they lift their head with confidence. Your next chapter will not need the people who broke you. Your future will not require the weight of those who refuse to grow. They take another step. Then another. With every step, their loneliness begins to fade. Their doubt becomes strength. Their silence becomes clarity. Then the final revelation. God is not only removing wrong people. He is sending the right ones. People who will pray for you, stand with you, walk with you, and protect the calling over your life. The road now glows brightly, a symbol of divine timing. The scene closes with one powerful line as the sunlight surrounds them. When God clears your path, walk forward, because something greater is coming. Fade out. Sometimes, life leaves us with moments we never wanted, moments that echo in silence, long after the laughter has faded. Here lies a photograph, once vibrant, once cherished, now shattered. The frame lies broken on the table, pieces scattered, fragile, like the remnants of a heart that has known loss. Look closely, every crack tells a story. There is the smile of a child, frozen in time, the warmth of a hand once held, now just a memory. Each fragment whispers what was, what could have been, and what might never be again. Yet, even in the quiet despair of broken things, there is a subtle glow. A soft light dances across the edges of the fragments, as if the universe itself refuses to let them fade into darkness. And here, in this gentle luminescence, one begins to see not only what was lost, but what can still be. Life, like faith, has a way of mending even the most shattered hearts. It teaches us that no connection is truly gone, that even broken pieces have a purpose, to remind us, to humble us, to guide us toward grace. As the eyes trace the scattered fragments, memories return. Laughter around a dinner table, voices of friends long gone, hands reaching out in trust and love. And though the photograph is broken, these memories are unbroken. They live within us, in the quiet corners of our minds and hearts, waiting for a moment of reflection, for a gentle embrace from God's mercy. And perhaps this is the lesson, even when life seems irreparably fractured, light finds a way in. Even in brokenness, hope persists. Take a deep breath. Let the silence sink in. Feel the gentle glow that surrounds you. This moment, though heavy, is sacred. It is here, amid the shards, that the heart learns to forgive, to release, to trust. For in every ending, there lies a beginning, in every shadow, a sliver of light, and in every broken frame, the promise of renewal. So linger here a little longer. Let the sorrow teach you, let the memory heal you, and let faith rise. Like a gentle flame, amidst the pieces that remain. And as the scene lingers, as the soft light dances over the broken photograph, remember this, even when everything feels lost, the Lord is near. Every broken connection, every forgotten moment, every tear shed in silence is being held, gently, with care, in a tapestry larger than we can imagine. Let the heart breathe. Let the soul feel. Let the light guide you forward, toward hope, toward healing, toward the life that waits beyond the shadows of what was broken. And then, when the heart has grown weary, and the burdens of life weigh heavy, a light appears. Not harsh or blinding, but soft, gentle, and unwavering. It spills across the soul, wrapping it in warmth, as if the heavens themselves reach down to whisper, "You are not alone." Feel it, the weight begins to lift, slowly, steadily, until every fear, every regret, every shadow that clung to the spirit begins to fade. In this moment, time seems to pause. The world's noise, the clamor of worries, the echoes of past mistakes, the pressure of uncertain tomorrows, all of it melts away. What remains is pure, unshakable peace. The light embraces the soul, lifting it higher than it ever thought it could rise. It is a hand unseen, yet profoundly felt, carrying the weary, guiding the lost, and strengthening the faint of heart. Every heartbeat echoes a simple truth, that even in the darkest valleys, the Lord's presence is there, steady and unwavering. As the light continues to rise, the person feels a transformation within. The burdens of yesterday, once so heavy, now feel lighter, almost weightless. The spirit remembers that trials are not meant to destroy but to refine, that pain is not the end, but the path to grace. And as the lifting continues, a gentle assurance fills the heart. Hope is not a distant dream, but a living, breathing companion, walking alongside in every moment of despair. Notice the subtle changes, the eyes begin to lift, the posture straightens, the breath comes easier. Each movement is a testament to renewal, each heartbeat a prayer answered. And in this sacred ascent, the soul discovers something profound. Protection is not just the absence of harm, but the presence of a love so deep, so constant, that it sustains even the most fragile of hearts. Let the light guide you, let it hold you, let it carry you beyond fear, beyond doubt, into a place of peace that surpasses understanding. And as the figure rises fully, bathed in this heavenly glow, the heart whispers a silent gratitude. For every struggle, for every tear, for every moment of uncertainty, there is a hand lifting, unseen yet eternal. Here is the sacred truth: no darkness is absolute, no burden too great, no soul beyond the reach of divine light. Rest in it. Trust it. Walk forward knowing that the same hand that lifts today will carry you through every tomorrow, until the heart soars free, unburdened, and forever embraced by grace. And now, the journey reaches its horizon, wide, open, and bathed in golden light. The path stretches forward, steady and sure, a road paved with hope and the promise of new beginnings. With each step, courage rises, and the heart feels lighter, freer than ever before. There is no rush, no haste, just a purposeful stride, a quiet confidence, and a soul awakened to the beauty of what lies ahead. Notice the gentle sway of the grass beneath each footstep, the soft warmth of the sun touching the skin, the wind carrying whispers of encouragement and grace. Every step is a victory over fear, over doubt, over every shadow that once held the heart captive. The horizon is more than a distant line, it is a symbol of resilience, a testament to the strength that emerges when one trusts, when one perseveres, and when one walks in faith. As the figure moves forward, the light grows brighter, spreading across the field, illuminating not just the path, but the soul itself. Every ray seems to say, "Rise, walk, continue, for you are guided." And with every step, the burdens of the past fall away, replaced by a renewed sense of purpose. The journey is not merely a physical movement, but a spiritual awakening, a profound understanding that life's trials, its heartaches and joys, have prepared the heart for this very moment. Look around, the vast field, the open sky, the golden horizon, it is all a reflection of the soul's own awakening. The road ahead may still hold uncertainty, yet there is an unwavering trust that each step is watched, guided, and blessed. The figure walks steadily, each movement infused with determination, each breath filled with hope, and each heartbeat echoing a quiet song of triumph. And as the sun kisses the horizon, soft rays casting long shadows, one realizes that this journey, every struggle, every tear, every moment of surrender, has led to this, the freedom to walk with purpose, the courage to embrace the unknown, and the joy of stepping into the light, fully aware that every tomorrow is a gift, and every path, no matter how uncertain, is held firmly by the hand of God. Walk on, for the horizon awaits, and with it, the promise of grace, peace, and unending hope.